Hello everyone, and welcome back to the daily update on my 1000 day challenge. These days 949. So apologies for the late update, and I recorded this one day late as well. So later on I'll be doing both an update for day 949 and also 950 itself. So if you look in terms of 949, which was on the Tuesday itself, so looking on the Monday candlestick, it was very clear strong rejection of the US market across both the S&P 500 and also the Nasdaq, which was why from this very candlestick itself, especially after a very nice green candlestick, this is a very clear short-term reversal sign itself. So this is where very short-term reversal is likely simply because we have hit a very clear kind of resistance region itself. So if you're looking in terms of that from the high to the low, what you do notice over here, that this hits the exactly 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level, which is one of the key points that if you're looking for in terms of retracement wise, that'll be where it is. And if you look similarly over here, so here didn't exactly hit as close to there, or prefer it's hitting a little bit higher, but nonetheless, that in mind will still be more of a bearish sentiment, especially after we have a very strong bounce itself. We see this, and then now we see a very strong, this is much stronger than expected. I expected a weaker drop, but actually break through right three moving averages itself. But now I mentioned crisscrossing over here is nothing too much of a to be of a concern about, simply because it's just crisscrossing it and doesn't place much significance. Over if you look in terms of ASH wise, we see a red bearish candlestick, and what I did mention over here is that we do not want to break below here. We should definitely, and I'll talk more about it later. But once you break over here, definitely I do lean towards further downside. I do want to see a greater bounce in order to see that we have a very clear resume back towards the bullish trend, or otherwise these four candles still be classified as a false break in that particular manner itself. Overall, in terms of KMAC wise, similarly, we see a red candlestick. Similarly, I do not want to see a further downside because that could tentatively also switch back towards a further bearish downside. But in case of that short term wise, we still lean towards downside until we see strong support there. I do want to see preferably not below this low over here, because that will indicate a much lower low is very likely towards this 2670 region itself. And then finally, for Bitcoin itself, we remain relatively flat on Monday itself. Nothing to be concerned about. So I do think that we are likely going to consolidate over here. In fact, I still have a buy limit on over here, which I think is very attractively short-term wise at 21.5K region itself, both in terms of a previous resistance, there's support. So this is the very first test that I'll be very keen to buy over here, or at least a very decent bounce. All right, and that's more or less about it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop by your comments below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.